But we'll tell you the E factor is becoming one of the most important activations for fifth dimensional space that we can do now. We are moving into the age of the empowered human. And therefore, when we can learn how to empower each other and ourselves, it becomes probably the most important part. So we're going to work a little bit with the E factor, and when we get back from break and show you that there, then we're going to work with multidimensional perception so that you know what it's like to, we're going to explain the entire dimensional process and how it looks differently from each one and what it is like to be multidimensional. This is not the dimensions that we're talking about of the third or the fifth dimension. What we are talking about is that each and every one of you, according to the group, has 12 yous, 12 different expressions of your soul that are going on at the same exact time. You only have two things in common. You're born the very second, all 12 of you, and you die at the same time. So you enter and exit the game at exactly the same moment because it is one soul having 12 experiences. Now you don't know that because you don't see the other parts. But now, as we are raising our vibration and becoming empowered humans, you will begin to start to see some of these things. And we will show you how that works and where you can look to find some of these things. So that is one of the tools that we're going to work with, is multidimensional perception. How to begin to see things in multiple dimensions of time and space. The other two that we're going to be working with, triality, we're going to talk a little bit about this. In triality, we're also going to work with spiritual communication, which is the art of channeling. But probably even though that's a lot of fun, and we're going to have a lot of fun with the channeling exercises because you'll love them. But the other part about that is just the concept of moving into a field of triality. And I will tell you that they did that here first in Wageningen. See, I even said that right, didn't I?
You could.
In Wageningen, that's when they came out with the first channel on triality, and it was several years ago. But it will be a big part of this next book, The Age of E. You'll hear a lot about triality and moving into triality. Triality is very simple. We've been living into a field of duality. In other words, opposites. We see everything as up, down, good, bad, right, wrong, love, fear, black and white. And that is changing because there is no opposite. It's all part of a big circle. And what happens is if you've got your light self and your dark self and you balance it with your higher self, you now have a triangle, which is what they call triality. So instead of duality, we're moving into a new perception of triality. And we'll talk about that. We'll show you how that works. And we'll show you how it changes your entire perception of your life very quickly. And we'll do some experience. The other one we talked about was expanding and collapsing time-space. So even though we're going to be using it and seeing it about time, we're actually going to be doing it by expanding and contracting our energy fields. And this is new. This is brand new. But this is something the group wanted me to present in the seminars first. So by expanding and the way you look at this is this. A black hole has so much space condensed that time stops. We're going to do the same thing with our own energy field. And if you wish to expand time, you contract your space. If you wish to speed up time, you expand your space. It's that simple. And we're going to show you some tools and some ideas. And, some of these things you guys are going to catch on to right away. You're going to be great at. Other ones you're not. Otherwise you walk out scratching your head going, I don't know if that works. It doesn't make any difference. We're going to plant the seeds. Because later, as we all raise the collective vibration of humanity, this is going to become incredibly important to all of us.
It's all about playing in the energy.
Right. But we actually have control over time for the first time. We've never had control over time. And now we do much more than we ever have before. And there's some ideas that we can show you about how to do that and how the most effective ways of working with time are. So that we don't have to deal with an 18-hour day. We can go back to a 24 or a 26 or a 30-hour day if we really want to. The final piece is the piece that they gave a couple weeks ago. And for those of you who happened to read the channel that came out this morning or saw the broadcast, Timeless Space, Timeless Love. I do not have time to put timeless love into this seminar.
Why don't you work with that time?
Well, we'll have to work with the time too. But the challenge about it is that the timeless love piece is, I will talk about it, we'll discuss anything you want, and then tonight when we come back, we'll also have an open question and answer period. And if you would like me to talk about any subject that you've heard about or anything that you'd like the group's perspective on, we'll be happy to give that to you tonight.